kinematics expert.
I'm Sydney and I'm the Newtonian. Soccer originated in England, but was seen as soon as the 2nd or 3rd century BC in China.
In the beginning, in soccer, you're allowed to bite, punch, gouge, and you're allowed to handle the ball. But that was changed in 1365 because soccer was banned by King Edward.
In 1815, the Cambridge rules, you couldn't trip, handle the ball, bite, or gouge was prohibited.
And in 1863, 11 club runners established the modern rules where soccer and rugby split.
The rules were set in 1869.
So it's a team sport where there are 10 players on the field and 1 goalie for each team.
The equipment needed to play soccer was a ball, shin guards, and a goal.
So when it's on the grass, so the definition of friction is when there are 2 objects sliding against each other and they cause it to slow down. So on the grass there's more friction because it's longer, and on turf there's less friction. And cleats are also an example of friction because they help you to turn without falling.
Okay, how do force and mass affect acceleration? The harder you hit the ball, the farther it will go.
Speed is the rate of change in motion. Velocity is speed plus direction. And acceleration is the rate in which velocity changes over time.
Any object in motion stays in motion unless stopped by a net force. Any object at rest stays at rest unless acted by a net force.
That was Newton's first law.
The second law of motion is a net force acting on an object causes the object to accelerate in the direction of the net force. Newton's third law of motion, for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction force of acceleration. The harder you hit the ball, the farther it will go. The less mass, the farther it will go. Okay.
We're about to measure speed, and speed is the rate of change in motion, and we're 15 feet away from the goal. Speed is the rate at which an object covers distance, while velocity is speed plus direction. Alright, I'm about to act out average speed where a player is running. Travel 33 feet in 15 seconds, and speed is distance divided by time, so I traveled at 2.2 feet per second. We measured the speed of my shot, and we were 15 feet away, and it took 1.5 seconds for the ball to reach the net, so it traveled at 10 feet per second.
This is my exam for Newton's third law of motion. Ball hits head, head hits ball.
Today we learned the history of soccer and where it originated. We learned that speed is a change of motion in an object. We learned that velocity is speed plus direction. We learned that acceleration is the rate at which velocity changes. We learned that Newton's first law is any object in motion will stay in motion until acted on by an outside force. We learned Newton's second law, which is force equals mass times acceleration. And we learned Newton's third law, which is for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction.
An expert. This is part of Newton's first law of motion. Inertia is the tendency to resist the change in motion.
A few basic things you need in soccer. You need shoes, socks, shin guards, and a ball. So the socks are long socks that go almost up to your knees, and they're that long because they're used to hold your shin guards. And the shin guards are, I don't know if you caught them, but they protect your shins so that they don't get kicked. Alright, and then the ball, I think that's pretty self-explanatory. Try to kick it into the other person's net to score. And the shoes are special shoes that are thin and tight to your feet so that you can get a better control of the ball. And the spikes on the bottom are to help you have more friction so you don't slide or glide when you're running. Alright, so on the soccer field there are 11 players in each team. There's 1 goalie and 10 field players. On the field, there's normally around 4 defenders, 4 midfielders, and 2 forwards. The forwards' main job is to score. The midfielders are a little bit of both. They help on defense, and they help score. And the defenders, their only job is to make sure that the other team doesn't score. And I'm the kinematics expert.
Ellie, I'm serious! I can't
Okay.